WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. We are headed out on our crab cake tour in August. We have the mayor of Baltimore, Brandon Scott, joining us a little later on this week over at Coco's. I am wearing my Costas In shirt, highly encouraging everyone to support local, including our friends at Fadley's. You can ship those crab cakes all over the world. We began the tour at Fadley's, went over to State Fair and had some crab cakes a few weeks ago, did a little vacay. We'll be joined by Johnny O over at the Costas at some point soon. Stuart Pittman's going to be joining us. Barry Glassman up in Harford County. So the crab cake tour is there. I don't know that it's going to get to PG County, although Michael Steele's trying to bend me in there at some point in August. I've had some others pull to me down in that area, but this guy was pulling on me probably before anyone. I probably came up to the studio sometime right around the time Art Modell bought me the WNST Nasty radio light. He's been with the Bowie Baysox since 1999, almost back to Memorial Stadium when Mike Messina hurled for the Bowie Baysox. We welcome Phil Wrye back on to discuss all things baseball. That's not last place. That's incredible and inexpensive, I should say, and accessible, and Adley Rutschman and DL Hall and Grayson Rodriguez and a band of other celebrities. Phil, you're on fire down there in Bowie, so much so that they're fireworks, right?
Yeah, we're cooking with some gasoline in the lineup here. It's been fun to watch.
Well, give me the whole dog and pony show from the last time you and I've chatted. I guess it's never great for the franchise that the AA team be the featured part of the organization, but this is your lucky summer. So, I guess you've been at this a long time and trying to sell cow milking and fireworks and whatever night there is at the ballpark, Margaritaville night, which I think is the night I might try to come down, see you guys. It seems more my speed. But when you do have aspirational Hall of Very Gooders, I mean, you've been around for Weeders, you were around for Marquette, for all those guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Run me through 22 years of life in minor league baseball. I mean, you've survived it. I can't go to a game at Frederick, although I can go to the drive-in and see Get the Lead Out this week.
Well, we get drive-ins down here too, so we're doing a little bit of everything. But yeah, you said this year's obviously been a lot of fun. Last year was not a lot of fun without having really anything happening. No baseball. COVID, everything wiped out. 22 years in baseball summed up, quickly is a lot of fun. You get some good teams, you get some not so good teams. You have a lot of good guys. You have a few that, maybe you'd rather not have come back. But most of all, those guys, the guys in the team are pretty good. Coaching
it is a
staff,
little bit of a summer camp environment when you've been there that long, right? Kids graduate or they fail, right? Like literally.
Yeah.
And they go and sell insurance and you get to know them the rest of your life. And it's that way with the lesser lights with the Ravens over the years, that I've been, there are guys that stay 5 minutes and there are guys that wind up going to the Hall of Fame. I mean, and you never know where they come from or where that, John Means being an example of, being that's baseball, right? And that's what makes it, I think, fun over decades for all of us, right?
Yeah, I think, that is one of it. For me, a lot of people get into baseball or get into sports because of the appeal of meeting the players or, getting to work on the
field. I did that when I was 15. Now I'm 52. So it's a little different.
Being a part of that. But I think that, for people like myself who are in it for a career, you get over that pretty quickly because you get to see the inner workings of it, not just from the player side of it, but the business side of it. We're an entertainment product. We, as the Bowie Baysox and the management here, have no say on who plays on our team, how quickly or slowly a guy goes up, how they come down, when they get released, when they get traded. So,
I love that you're beginning the conversation with that because, there's some of us who control our own destiny and there's some of us who, have been an Orioles affiliate for 22 years, for better or worse. Sometimes the organization, it is played to your strengths. The reason you're on the show this week is because Luke and I discussed losing 14 games. I went on vacation and, and people think I'm a piler honor of the Orioles. I'm beyond pissed off. I'm just gone. I don't, I've moved my brand. They've chased me away. They took my press pass away 16 years ago. I've just decided that I'm going to like have crab cakes with the mayor instead this Friday. So, but literally, so this isn't about me bitching one way or another. This is literally about them being a last place team and rebuilding and it falling into a conversation with Luke, who, I still pay to cover the Baltimore Orioles and no one goes to the games. And I live downtown and I saw the Indians and they scored a bunch of runs Sunday. And somehow early Monday morning, our conversation meandered into, hey, you want to go to a Baysox game? And that's not a bad place for you to be, right? I
No,
mean,
not
like
at all.
literally, we did a 10-minute conversation about how they won some games and Mullins is nice and Means is hurt and maybe there'll be deals down the line. And Don Mueller and I did 20 minutes on, not dealing Mullins and we're going to rebuild and compete next year. And I'm like, oh God, I felt like Rex Barney all over again. But I would say for you, I'm in a conversation with Luke. I have 100,000 followers. I'm thinking about baseball. I'm not thinking about going to an Oriole game. I priced it 3 weeks ago. I was going to go. I didn't go. My wife was out of town and like the kid Zimmerman was pitching and I'm like, maybe I'll go up there. It was $23 to walk in or something. And I'm like, I'm not that interested. I'm going to watch it on TV. I'll say this though. I was looking at your schedule. I was having fun with the last names of some of the teams, not named Seawolves that I don't recognize. I actually got the Manchester team because my wife is from New Hampshire, so I know a little bit about them. But you have these long homestands now, 6 games.
Yep.
It's different. I haven't been to a minor league game since I got a hit off Tippy Martinez at your place years ago. But maybe not. I'm trying to think of that. I went to a game in Salisbury with my kid on the way back from the beach. And so, I've been to some games, but I haven't been to your place lately. And honest to God, the true story, I want to come. I want to come down next week. I want to pick the night that Hauler Rodriguez is pitching. Fireworks night, all of that. Give me a little lowdown. Like, what am I going to see when I get to Bowie? Because it's been a while for me. And your name came up, and I thought, I want to go to a ball game. I love baseball. I want to give you my money instead of them.
Yeah, you're going to see, a lot of what we've done for many years. Right now, obviously, the team on the field is playing excellent. We've been branding ourselves as the best team in minor league baseball, and record-wise, we are. Out of the 120,
I love that.
out of the 120 affiliated minor league teams that are out there, we have the best record. Which
smoke them while you got them.
Yeah,
let's go.
we've got 3 of the top 4 Orioles prospects. We've got 5 of the top 10. Grayson just became yesterday Baseball America's top pitching prospect in the country. So, we've got all that going for us. The star power, the prospect power is here. We're putting up runs. We're preventing runs with the pitchers. So you're going to see a great baseball game.
You get everything there but Gary Kendall, don't you? Be honest with me.
But we got Buck Britton, and Buck's
I don't know Buck,
here.
but I know Gary. I grew up with Gary.
Well, yeah,
don't make me
Gary's
drive to Norfolk to give you promote Gary right out of Bowie, man.
We were sad to see Gary go, but we're happy that we got Buck because, Buck spent parts of 4 years here as a player, of course, being the older brother to Zach Britton, who's with the Evil Empire now. But, we won't hold that against him.
Well, there's something about a kid that played there and his brother in the bigs, like all of that he knows his way around. That's a great big brother influence these are kids. Look, dude, as I start to get the silver filling in here.
Me too.
This is my 30th anniversary on Wrye. I'm doing 30 crab cakes in 30 days for our 30th anniversary this summer. It's hard to believe, but I see Messina now. He looks like my older brother. And I remember Memorial Stadium and all of that and his first turn, through the organization. And here we are, Hall of Famers, all of that. For all that you've been through this, seeing these guys in that light, I was Jeffrey Hammond's age. I was Mike Messina's age. It's different. I think when I come down and see Grayson Rodriguez, these kids are kids, literally, right?
Yeah, 20, 21, 22. It's, it's unique. It's unique. But you know what? Like I said, the baseball right now has been unbelievable.
How old's Buck? Buck can't be 30, right?
Oh, he's over. Yeah, he's mid-30s.
Okay. They all feel young. He still feels young to me.
He looks in his 20s, but that's the workout regimen. But no, Buck's a dad now. He's got I think 2-year-old, married, the whole 9 yards, and he's doing great. You mentioned the
And
other
he's the
stuff.
manager of the best
Yeah.
team in minor league baseball, right?
Which, kind of ironically, back when he came up here in 2019, so he managed Delmarva for a year in 2018, then came to Bowie in 2019 as our manager. So he went from low A to double A as a manager, which is a big jump. It's a big jump for a player if they were to do that too. For the first month of that season in 19, we had the worst record in all of minor league baseball. And then we had the
That's
best
why I didn't
record.
have you on the show.
but we turned it around. Couple of player moves that the Orioles made for us. They brought Mason McCoy up from Frederick, brought a catcher down from AAA, and everything turned around. And we ended up playing.
You had Diaz around then too, right? I mean, some
we
guys
did have
from
Diaz
the original
too, yep.
trade, the Machado deal, right?
Yeah. So we turned it around and ended up playing for the Eastern League Championship in 19. So from the beginning of May on, we were unbelievable. So we're actually going to, I think, do it today. We were looking at it going, hey, from May 1st of 2019, without the 2020 season to now, our record, and I don't have the numbers on it yet, but is ridiculous. Far and away the best out there. But we're going to put the numbers together a little bit later on and just look at that. After we started out, I think we were 7-21 or 7-22 or something to start the 2019 season, to now where we're 21-8 coming out of May into June, and putting up 10, 11, 12 runs, a game on the board here and there. And so offensively, it's fun. We're not overly, batting average wise. We're not, we're mid 250s, but it's timely hitting.
You got a 1-1 behind the dish every night, right?
Yeah.
So people are going to want to come and see him play.
Yeah, they want to see Hall, they want to see Rodriguez, they want to see Rutschman, obviously, but the rest of the team and for us, doing this marketing media type stuff here, we got to make sure that people, also hear about the Patrick Dorians of the world, and which is an interesting story for him. He was an undrafted guy, signed with a major league team, major league organization, was released, signed by the Orioles, had come up through, Frederick, and now with Bowie after a year off. And, he's got 7-8 home runs, hitting 250, 260, playing, world-class third base. You got a guy that's a good story like that. Terran Vavra, who was part of a trade, came in, could be the second baseman of the future for the Orioles. The guy's playing lights out, number 10 prospect. So it's not just Rutschman, Hall, and Rodriguez, and we understand why everybody wants to talk about those guys. And, every social media post I answer is, when is Grayson pitching? When is Hall pitching? When's Rutschman playing? But there's a lot of other talent here as well. I mean, we're kind of the cream rises to the top, and you kind of get that A-ball funnel that goes like this to AA and AAA, and we're in that, and we're seeing it right now. And I think we just didn't know coming into the season where that level was going to be, because nobody had seen these guys for 12 months. They were invisible. A lot of guys were down here at the alt site last summer working out. I mean, Grayson was here.
Yeah,
and
run
Hall
me
was
through
here.
that a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of ball. By the way, Phil Wrye here, assistant GM of the Bowie Baysox. Luke and I had a spirited conversation, if you heard it earlier this week at WNST in Baltimore Positive, about the Baysox and about the Big Three and going down and seeing them, and your home, and the Orioles are about to take off after the Mets series for a while. That year and what happened last year, and I haven't talked to Gary Kendall or anybody, about what's going on in the organization, but it feels to me in a lot of ways, and again, they hate me. They treat me like trash. I don't talk to them. They don't talk to me. I don't know anything other than what I'm told or read, and I believe very little of that. But I believe in results, and whatever the pedigree of Elias is to bring players in, and whatever John wants to do while Peter's eating pudding and saying we're putting a team together, great. I would just say that last year was something no one could prepare for.
Right.
And in an organization that was really focused on these young players, really focused on this getting us to 23 and 24 and competitive and all of that stuff, getting through the Davis contract, all the things we talk about every day, and trying to find the means is in the Cedric Mullins and find out whether Mountcastle could play and all of that. The fact that players last year had either retarded growth in that they didn't play a lot, or maybe an injury concern that they didn't throw a lot, or whatever that was. But there's also the part where if you're training players, it was an interesting year for a scuffling organization that's so bottom loaded. And I mean that in a complimentary way that this summer, at least so far, the progress is noticeable, right? And the changes in the organization, that even a naysayer like myself should come down to Bowie and see that the organization is changing. And guys like you were there to really witness it, I would say, right?
Yeah. So last summer was definitely unique. You had a group of, 30, 40 guys at Alt Site, which we were the host of, that were not only like AAA type guys that could go up to the big leagues if, there was an injury or somebody wasn't performing at the big league level and they wanted to make a swap. So it kind of acted like AAA, where you would call guys up from. But you also had a group of guys, or the Orioles selected a group of guys that were not going to go to the big leagues, but were here because of their ability, their stature, their need to continue to develop. So you had guys like Bauman and Lowther and Aiken and Zimmerman and Rutschman and those
and
guys
literally playing spring training pickup games.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Literally.
inter-squad. Yeah, they didn't. It wasn't even like they were bringing in other teams or anything. It was
like spring
themselves.
training that never ended.
It was playing backyard baseball in the summertime with your buddies, although very structured, a lot of coaches, it gave the coaches a lot of opportunity to work in small groups or even individualized workouts with some of these guys to work on specific things. But you take a guy, and I'll use Rutschman for an example. You had a guy here that's drafted 1-1 in 2019, played 25, 30 games in the minor leagues, whatever it was, a small number, had limited number of at-bats, and is now facing summer without any action. Now he comes to the Alt Site after having a little bit of time off when they sent everybody home from spring training. Now
John Means is in his porch throwing into a mattress, or literally.
Yeah, a tire.
And not the only one doing
a tire
that.
Or something. Yeah. So now you've got a guy that is learning to catch and learning to hit, and now he's catching Hall, Rodriguez, Aiken, Lowther, guys like that. Shepard, these guys that have AAA or big league time or are, big time prospect arms. So his level of ability is going from here to here in a 3-month summer, even though he's doing it at the same place every day. But hitting wise too, you're also facing guys that have pitched at AA, AAA, major league level, and you're a guy that just came out of college and played 30 games against Aberdeen, New York Penn League and low A guys. So your ability to pitch recognize, your ability to, see some nastier stuff than you're going to see down in the lower minors, where command of the fastball is really big down there. That's what they're teaching first a lot in the lower levels. Now he's seeing, breaking stuff and curveballs and sliders and, pitches with purpose, and learning that again here at this site. But, in the middle of an at bat, they can take a guy and be like, hey, come here. Hitting coach can be like, hey, let's do this. Let's do this. Take a pitcher and have him work on something specific in an outing against high level competition. So those guys got a chance to really, really kind of hone in on their craft and see these individualized workouts, strength and conditioning, stretching, everything kind of rolled into one complex where there were 40, 45 guys, whatever the number was, I can't remember. And, so you've got, 2 or 3 strength coaches, 2 or 3 trainers, you've got,
Well, it's
Gary's here,
almost been a
Buck's here.
super camp for an
It was.
organization that's kind of, you'd like to think that could grow fruit. I know we were all hand-wringing last year. The team sucks. No one's watching. The whole sport was very Eddie Feiner. It kind of had a beer league softball tournament feel to it. Kids aren't going to – it was just weird all the way around. No fans, all that. But behind the scenes, maybe there's ducks paddling underneath the water down in Bowie that next year after that becomes something. And look, I'm on the line with you, Phil. I mean, you got home games coming here, and this is the prime. These guys aren't going to be there forever. They're almost the NFL, not for long, and so this is a limited time offer. Rutschman might be gone next month, right? So give me a little look at the next 2 weeks if people are thinking about coming down, because I am thinking about, my wife's in New Hampshire, so coming up and seeing the New Hampshire team. She's been trying to drag me up Manchester for 20 years with the hotel attached to it and all that. But, I think I want to come down and see a game. And, like everybody else, I want to see Rodriguez or Hall pitch or whatever. And I guess that's next week. But give me a little lowdown on coming down there and ticket prices, what we're going to see, what we're going to feel. Dude, most people haven't been anywhere, and I haven't been to any baseball. I haven't been to Camden Yards. I haven't been anywhere. I just kind of want to get out and blow the farts off, go to a ball game, literally.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get – so this year our schedule is a little bit different, due to COVID travel, things like that. So we're actually playing week-long series against the same team. So, for a week. So when we're home next week, we're playing Akron the week of Father's Day. So the 15th through the 20th. It's 6 games against Akron, and then every Monday.
Give Akron's nickname. Go ahead, because they're not the Zips. They're not the Indians like they used to be. What are their names?
Rubber Ducks.
The Rubber Ducks. I would have lost that one. I would have gotten Seawolves. Like I said, there's a few of them. The new Rutschman team. What's their name?
Flying Squirrels.
The Flying Squirrel.
Yep.
How much dope are they smoking when they come up with these names? And Baysox is a great name. I mean, I was around when they picked Baysox. I mean,
that's right. Yeah. So it's all about the name nowadays. It's recognition. It's you don't want to be like the Syracuse Mets. They're the New York Mets AAA affiliate. It's the Mets. Like, come up with something. I don't know. I'm not picking on the Mets, but minor league names, that's kind of what we do. It's about the shtick, it's the fun, it's the excitement, it's the marketing, it's the branding.
If you were me, what night are you coming? Milk the cow night, fireworks night, run the bases. What are we doing next? Give me some promotions here.
So next week, one thing we're doing this year, we have a lot of smaller giveaways throughout the course of the season. Almost every night we get giveaways. Hey, Wednesday nights out here, Wolf Wednesdays. Bring your dog to the ballpark. Let them howl. Let them bark. Let them go nuts. Got to be
okay. So if I come on a Wednesday, we're getting dogs. My wife will like
dogs.
That.
Yep, dogs.
I'm coming for Rodriguez. So when that's what I'm going to do. But go ahead.
Well, Rodriguez is pitching tonight, Tuesday night here on the road. So we're not sure yet when he's going to pitch because of
good. I can weigh this out next Thursday or Friday against New Hampshire. Good.
We'll see.
There you go.
And then the 22nd through 27th, New Hampshire's in town. But we've got. We got fireworks on Saturday nights, Father's Day afternoon game. Great day to come on out, Dad. And we got some, post-game base run with Dad and the kids. We got play catch on the field with Dad and the kids after the game on Father's Day.
If I come out there and run around with my 37-year-old kid, run the bases on Sunday, would you let me do that?
Yeah, why not? Come on down.
Love the minor leagues, happen. Man. You could do whatever you want.
We got Margaritaville night on the 26th.
Stop everything there. That's probably what got you on the show was the Margaritaville night. Because I'm like, the hell is that? And I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna play good music. I'm gonna get to wear like one of my many Hawaiian shirts. I'll look like Peter Schmuck or a Schmuck in this case. And is that it? That's the deal. Margaritas on sale.
Yeah, playing some Buffett tunes. It's like going to a baseball game at the beach.
Going to that one particular harbor called Bowie.
Yeah, we all the water right around here. We're right in a moat, I guess.
You're 30 minutes away from my house, man. I mean, Bowie's not that far. I used to come down all the time for games. I am serious about this, Phil. I'm coming in. Yeah. And look, I don't need to get you sideways with the Orioles. I don't need photo op. I don't need a press pass. Just put my ass out on the lawn and treat me like I'm from Dundalk, and I'll be very, very happy. You know what I mean?
We'll get you those special seats behind second base, right? where everybody sits.
No. I don't need any. No. I can sit anywhere in the ballpark. But when Rodriguez pitches and people have been coming out, weather's getting good. Give me a little look at social distancing. Let me know what am I in for?
So where social distancing is done here in PG County, no mask requirements. So we're at full capacity here. We do have a couple of seating sections that if people do have a need for social distancing, we do have those available. But 98%
I need
of the
that at
stadium.
Camden Yards when the Yankees are in town.
Yeah, you do.
I can't be
but
near
yeah, no,
those people. They're Yankees fans.
we're back to normal. We actually this year, first time ever, we're actually brewing our own beer in partnership with a local brewery, Calvert Brewing down in Upper Marlboro. We have Baysox 4-bagger Golden Lager. It's awesome. It's a nice, light, crisp beer. We're selling it here at the ballpark, 16-ounce cans. It's
Phil,
great.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I like beer.
I've heard that.
Okay.
I've heard that. So
there's a rumor.
We got to get you a golden lager. The reviews are great. Everybody loves it. We got lines waiting for it at the ballpark. So that's been great. People love 16-ounce cans too. That's the best part.
I want to roll VIP. I don't want to be in any lines in Bowie. That's
no,
where
we'll get you one on the side.
I'll take a seat anywhere, but don't make me wait in line, especially not for the bathroom.
No. So yeah, tickets are easy to get. Baysox.com. They start at $10. Parking is free here, so that's one time you don't have to open the wallet. Come on in, park up close, come in the ballpark. We've had a couple $1 million of renovations to the stadium here while everybody was away at home. We've been working on the ballpark. A brand new parking lot out here, brand new paint job in the ballpark, outfield walls brand new. So a lot of people have been seeing a lot of different things here and enjoying it. Goes with the atmosphere. We're doing everything we can, between innings for the fun and excitement. Major League Baseball still has kind of a field restriction, so we're not able to do some of our between inning stuff on the field, but we're doing it in the stands as best we can. So there's still going to be fun and excitement. As much as we can do the theme nights, the promotions throughout the rest of the year. We're still working on revamping our promotional schedule for kind of July and August and September because we were under the distancing rules and then they changed and then we got to change everything to go that we had planned and re-up it. So we're working on those things and releasing them as we get everything set. But we're working on stuff like, our annual helicopter candy drop on the field where we put a helicopter about 100 feet above the field and drop about 10,000 pieces of candy on the field for kids to go out and, just tackle on and grab as much candy as they can. Yeah, me too. But I don't get to run out there and I just get to be on the microphone and tell them when to go.
All right, so dude, I got your calendar up here and I'm doing the scheduling on this and I'm seeing, okay, so
yep.
So Rodriguez is pitching on the 8th. I figure he throws again on the 13th, the 18th, and the 23rd. So I'm assuming that I'm either going to be at Wolf Wednesday on the 23rd or I'm going to be at the Tops. And that sounds good because I'm a baseball card guy. I have Mark Miller from Blondell Miller Schuler and a damn good lawyer. And we talked about baseball cards and their value and how I should have kept the 2875 George Brett rookie cards that I had. And then there's fireworks and Christmas in June night. I'm not so much for Christmas in June. I did that thing with the Padres at Oriole Park. It was just weird. And then there's fireworks Margaritaville night, which if Hall pitches, I may, I'm working on this. You're going to, I'm going to stay up on this. But you are going to see me at your place at some point. Well, how much are tickets? I mean, let me get my credit card out. What's it going to cost me?
Tickets start at $10, but, we got you covered. With regard to the rotation, though, don't assume it's every 5 days. They've been mixing guys around a little bit because every Monday is an off day. So we're not sure it's Rodriguez on 8 and 13. They might hold him to be on the 15th.
I'm just guessing. I mean, it's baseball. It rains. Things happen.
It does. It does.
You know what happens when it rains in the
New York.
major leagues? I know that you'll find this hard to believe. They play 7-inning games. It's like girls softball. That's what they've done to the big leagues to me, Phil. They put players on second base now. But you're the minor leagues. It's okay when you do it. It's not supposed to be that way.
And when you're working in the game and to have a doubleheader be 2 7s versus 2 9s, and you get to go home and see your family before the kids go to bed, we enjoy it.
Don't be jaded, man. I mean, come on. It's baseball. Let me believe that it's all apple pie and that there is no boogeyman in baseball. All right, so look, I'm up on the website. I'm here. I'm inviting everybody to meet me down in Bowie.
Let's
Support the
do it.
local guys. $10 to get in. It's not even a decision. It's more about driving, and when you get there, they'll give you a margarita or something, or milk a cow, or drop some candy on your kids or something like that. All right, dude. Last thing for you. I'm doing this crab cake tour, and
Mhm.
you're local. I mean, you've been 22 years down there in Bowie. I had Michael Steele on, and I had Tom Perez on, a couple other PG County types. I mean, I know Wes Moore's running. There's all governor types. So they're going to be joining me during the month of August on the road somewhere. Crab cake in your part of the world. I don't trust the DC crab cake myself. Maybe I'm from Baltimore. I don't go to PG County to get crab cakes. But tell me about it, because apparently, like, you guys have crab cakes too.
So I got two places for you. I'm going to give you one in Bowie, and I'll give you one because I live in Anne Arundel County. So I'm going to give you one over there.
I like
over
you
here
more
in Bowie,
already. That sounds more ball. It sounds more Ravens than Redskins, or whatever they're called.
you got Jerry's down here in Bowie.
The crab bomb, right? Everybody mentions the crab. I've never had the crab bomb. Am I going to be impressed by the crab bomb?
You're going to be impressed by the crab bomb. The bomb, the baked potato, the steak fries with it. We have a season ticket holder that stops by probably once every 2 months, and he's got a bag full of crab bombs, and he passes them out to our GM, myself, a couple other people. Great guy. He won't take no
tells
for an
me
answer.
about the crab bomb down there. Apparently, it's the bomb in Prince George's County.
My spot, Anne Arundel County, the Boatyard Bar and Grill in Eastport. It's a little hole in the wall.
I have been told about this by 3 different people.
Let me get it right. All killer, no filler.
Ooh.
Nothing holding it together except the tack. Unbelievable. I will go there 100% of the time. Don't miss it. Get it.
Boom! Drop the mic, Phil Wrye, assistant general manager of the Bowie Baysox. It's been too long. I apologize for not having you on.
It's okay.
I apologize for not loving baseball the way I once did, but I don't apologize because, like, I'm 52 and I'm allowed to love whatever I love. And,
exactly.
I've loved them more than they've loved me. So at this particular point, I'm conscientiously objecting because they stink. And at some point, they'll come to see the error of their ways with everybody in the community. But meantime, you have some great players down there. I want to come down. I want to pour a margarita. If it's margarita night, I want to have fireworks. If it's fireworks night, I want to milk cows if it's cow milking night. But nothing in my athletic career. Well, I'm lying about that. Beating Danny Wiseman at bowling was fun for me. But I think in my athletic career, I've won some free throw shooting competition with some football players. I've done some semi-athletic stuff, and I'm doing all this crazy stuff. I'm going fly fishing with Dan Rodricks in August, doing stuff. Nothing will top the single that I roped off of Tippy Martinez at Prince George's County Stadium that night many, many moons ago. I have a picture of it in the darkness there, me hugging Tippy. I didn't even run the first base. I ran right to the pitcher's man and hugged him for letting me hit it.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I get where you're coming from. The one cool thing about this season for us is even the fans, the Baltimore fan who has been down, we see it, social media, the phone calls, the people coming into the ballpark, they see. It's one thing to talk about the prospects when they're drafted or they're, kind of in low A, and you really can't see them down there from a major league fan perspective. When they get to Double A, you can see them, you can feel it, you can taste it, you can come and watch it, and they're here. And it's not that far to get up to Baltimore. My thing is, I hope that the expectations of these young guys from the fan base isn't, hey, when these 4 or 5 guys get here, we're going to win a World Series. They have to adjust to the big league level. They have to, they're going to learn, and people are going to learn them, and there's going to be adjustments. Are they great? Yes. Are they great prospects? Absolutely. But it doesn't go from Double A to winning a World Series in one day. There's a lot of work
Look,
that
man,
goes into it.
I
So,
go back to Jim
know.
Fuller in 1973, right? So, I mean, and Drungo Hayeswood and Bob Bonner and Bob Baylor and some guy named Cal Ripken and his little brother William and, like all of that, right? So I don't expect all three of these guys are going to the Hall of Fame. I try to pump the brakes on Rutschman for everyone because I saw what happened to Ben McDonald, and he's sitting on television every night. And,
he's doing okay, though.
The Weeders, the Rainbow, I've been there for all of it. I don't want to say I'm not impatient. I just like excellence, and I like honesty, and I like integrity. I like all of those things. And, I want to see things change here. I think anybody that knows me, I created something called Baltimore Positive. Nothing's more positive than when Camden Yards is full and the city's vibrant. And that's part of what got me sideways 2 decades ago. So the fact that there is hope, I believe that on the baseball front.
Yeah.
I want to come see it for myself. So save me a
Absolutely.
seat in the margarita, Phil. All right. It's been too long.
Gotcha. We got you covered.
I wish I still had that baseball I hit off a tippy. That was, quite the monumental achievement for me. So
we can rub one up here for you and, rub a ball. I mean, you can tell him it's the one that you know.
You had Alan Mills around for a while. Maybe he'd groove one for me.
Yeah, he was here. Now he's managing down in Florida. He's down with the Gulf Coast League or whatever they're calling it. I don't know what they're calling it now since they've changed all the league names. If I were to tell
you of all the baseball players I ever knew, that I ever covered, Alan Mills was my favorite person ever in the history of the organization. Would you believe that?
I would.
Yeah, easy to believe, isn't it? If you know Alan Mills a little bit, right?
I do.
There you go.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's he had that fight in the dugout. I mean, who wouldn't love that?
Dude, I was, the night that the fiasco broke out with the Yankees, the whole deal. I remember it vividly. So, but Millsy probably wouldn't let me. He wouldn't groove me. He'd cheese me up, man. He'd
throw one right at you.
Yeah, he'd have me backing up. He totally would.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. I hope to get down there, and I hope everybody comes down and supports you guys. And
appreciate it.
What's happened in minor league baseball? What's going on with Manfred? All of it. I'm firmly against a lot of it, but I'm happy you're still here and thriving, and I want to make sure it continues that way, brother.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a long 18 months or so, but we're happy to be back. And now, again, mask free and, no distancing. We can pack the place and come on out and see the future because it's here right now.
Get on the 301. Get down to what my friend Charlie Ekman would say, Bowie, for some Baysox baseball. I am Nestor. We are WNST.net. Another wise conversation in the books as we head out for our Crab Cake tour in August. The mayor of Baltimore, Brandon Scott, joining us for a Crab Cake this week as well. Make sure you're supporting all of our sponsors. We are WNST.net. AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. We never stop talking Baltimore positive.